Today, I'm going to talk about having power, but not as we typically know it. Have you ever noticed that sometimes on a crossing, some people wait until the green man comes along, whilst others observe to see if cars are approaching, and when they see that it is clear, they cross, ignoring the signs without waiting for the green man? This then gives permission for the few of the less certain folks to cross what is ultimately an empty street. I live in the UK, so I can say that this can be done without breaking the rules and it wouldn't count as jaywalking. I am the person who doesn't wait. I've never really found that waiting at the lights when the streets are clear to be a logical thing. I've always found this observation really interesting. Looking at it from a bigger perspective, we grow up in a society where we are rewarded to follow the rules and do things step by step. Go to school and get good grades, get a job and get promotions, climb up the ladder and continue. Press the crossing button, wait for the green walking man to appear and then walk. If you think about it, to thrive in most societies, we don't have to look too far to check if we are doing things right or wrong. The manual is already there. Everything is set up so we don't have to think too much. We just have to play the game very well. Most of us need to be given the permission to be ourselves, to be a little more daring, to speak from the truth we feel inside, or to do something outside of the societal norms that we don't see our fellow pack of humans doing. This takes a lot of courage, because to walk our own paths mean that there are no examples and no footsteps that we can see before us. Being in our own power is an act of service. The brave ones that do cross the street, the brave ones that speak up and speak out, the brave ones that act, are doing a huge service for us all. Oftentimes we think that to not speak our truth is an act of service for those we love and care for, when in fact, denying this for ourselves is to deny it for others as well. And this has huge consequences beyond our personal relationships. I have given countless of my power away to others. Even to the nicest person on earth, we do not need to give our power away. The power is for us and us alone. How I feel power in my body is like a sensation of heat and fire. When I first felt this when meditating, I realized that if I can harness this element of heat in my body, which is what we can feel when we get agitated or angry, even nervous or excited, and we feel the butterflies in our stomachs and our heart starts to pound, then I realized I can channel this energy for the better. When we experience external circumstances that can lead us to feel these sensations, it's not a bad thing at all. In fact, it's very natural. Of all the emotions I had to develop to finally walk my own path, acting with power in myself has been the most difficult thing for me so far. This is because I have been redefining what power means for me. And I say in because I think cultivating and having a sense of power is an internal job first. But the potential for us using our power wisely is massive. This power can be used to allow us to function in our day-to-day lives and to fulfill our responsibilities. It can fuel us to dream bigger, give us the permission to do something we've always wanted to do, allow us to trust in our decisions, and to stay grounded when we feel tough situations. We often shy away from embodying this feeling of power because we see unhealthy examples of masculine energy in society and associate being in power with something of these sorts. We often end up shying away altogether, or competing with each other, or to prove our worth by fighting each other. The result is control, fear-based relationship and leadership, attachment to success, unhealthy competition, and burnout. The opposite is far from this. Having a healthy relationship with our power means we have clarity and vision, we take responsibility, and we take actions. We commit to ourselves, and we apply focus and discipline to reach our goals. we also communicate and use our voice properly when needed. The first state is like a hamster in a hamster wheel, constantly striving and getting exhausted in a cycle. The second is like the famous tale of the tortoise and the hare. The hare who took intentional steps, steadily, without having too many highs and lows. Power demands to really use our bodies and minds to the fullest and not shy away. These bodies we live in are the first homes we were ever given in life. And to truly live in it is to honor ourselves. If we feel insecure in our bodies, then much of our experience doesn't become a full experience. I am beginning to realize that being able to use our bodies fully is a type of intelligence, one that is very beneficial. Athletes, dancers, outdoor adventurers, these people have become quite an inspiration for me. The most powerful people I know are also the ones who can hold polarities. Those who, when facing struggles, are able to accept and face the challenges and still do the things that make them happy without these challenges getting the best of them. Power is also accepting both the light and the dark within us. We will continue to think and feel, so how can we be more at peace with that? When we can get comfortable and accept the feelings we don't want to have, then we can also empathize with others and accept them for their flaws and imperfections. Like I mentioned before, my relationship to my own power has been really challenging. I learned from a young age to back down and to not speak up. So reclaiming parts of me that can express healthy, strong energies has been a back and forth experience of continual trial and testing. It always felt like in every situation of my life, I was taking one step forward and 2 steps back to express my authenticity and to live in my truth. Moments when I have to speak out and set boundaries have been the hardest because what we are not used to doing takes a lot of our energies and intentions in the beginning. And if you are in the same shoes as me, then know that every step counts towards reclaiming yourself and your power. When giving our power away has become an automatic reaction, we have to consciously cultivate the awareness to see where we are directing our energies and to do the opposite. So in summary, what practical actions can we take to reclaim our power? It means to speak up and speak out. It means to set boundaries and choose our yes and no. It means to feel the heat in our bodies when emotions like anger and jealousy come up and know that this is perfectly normal. These emotions are telling us what we like and what we don't like, what we need and don't need. It means not to blindly take someone else's opinion and truth as ours and ask, what does it mean for me? It means not to drown in others' problems and challenges, making sure that before we support someone else, we can support ourselves first and fill our cup first. It means to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. I hope sharing my experience with power has helped you. Before we end, I want to leave you with this poem that I wrote. For the one who has fought for his or her power against all of the tides, the invitation is to hold it, to cultivate it, until one is steady enough to use it wisely. In tender beginnings, the invitation is not to tear pieces of such a power fought for fairly, to give it away, no. To even to the most beautiful of souls, no, and certainly not the ugliest. That is not the point. What matters is your cultivation.